sure you've been waiting for the whole evening, but it's a great honour to welcome Baroness Brady to talk to us.
Well, thank you very much, Tim. It's been a while since I've been the first woman, but I do remember the very first time I was the first woman was when I took over Birmingham City Football Club. And I was 23 years old, but I was desperate to look at least 25. And I remember going to my first away game, which was Watford. And I turned up to the desk, and there's this little old boy on the desk, and I said to him, "Oh, hello, could you tell me, please, where is the director's box?" And this little old boy went, "Director's wives over there." And I said, "That's very interesting." I said, "But I'd like to know, please, where is the director's box?" He said, "Yes, dear, the wives go in the ladies' room." And I said, "No, I don't think you understand. I am the managing director, and I'd like to know, please, where's the director's box?" And this little old boy put his glasses on, and he looked at me and went, "Oh, yes, you're that woman. Stay here and I'll find out what to do with you." But that probably was the very first door I kicked down. Can assure you anything that ever happened in any boardroom was probably nowhere near as exciting as anything that happened in a ladies' room. But that was a long time ago. And I'm really here today at the request of my nephew Frederick. So thank you, Frederick, for inviting me. And unbelievably, for me anyway, not for you, Frederick, there are 35 years between you and I. And I'd be lying to you all if I could tell you what I remember thinking last time I was at a school assembly, because I certainly wasn't picking up a prize, that's for sure. I was probably thinking about what time Dallas was on or something, I don't know. And that's kind of what I wanted to think about. That I can't remember what I was thinking, but I remember what I've been doing over the past 3.5 decades. Now, some of you in here, some of the children will know me from The Apprentice, the BBC's Apprentice that I'm on. Some will know, and for those of you that don't know, make a very important note, that I run the best football club in London, West Ham. I'm going to sit down, any more heckling. And some of you may know that I sit on Simon Cowell's board, so I'm thinking one or two of the musicians can enter for X Factor or Got Talent in the future. And I also sit on the board of Arcadia, which owns, amongst other things, my niece's favourite shop, Topshop. So it's been a pretty long journey to get to that point. And I kind of was thinking about what could I say to you, Frederick, and your school colleagues as you embark on your next journey and the next 3 decades of your life. What sort of secret could I impart upon you as you start that journey, which I understand is starting this September when some of you go on to a new school. And that transition of leaving one school and joining another is all part of the transitions that you will do many times across your life. And when you're doing a transition and when you're going through the journey of your life, I think it's really important that you discover what your core values are. And core values are really the principles of who you are, and they sum up all the things you believe in. Your core values are at the heart of what you stand for, and they really explain why you do things a certain way. And your core values are the parts of your personality that underpin your whole life, and they really are the things that you come to rely on about yourself. Now, I left school at 18. I had a couple of GCSEs, I think they're called now, a couple of A-levels, no university for me. But I did have 3 core values. I was determined, I was ambitious, and I really believed in myself, even though at that time probably very few people did. And core values, my core values, became those principles that guided me through my life, and they're still the principles that guide me through my life today. And if you identify them young, if you even know what they are now, you may already hold the key to your own success. And alongside your core values are what I think is your focus. And that is, what are you going to focus on? What are you going to do with your life? Now, many people almost everybody doesn't know what you're going to do when you're under the age of, well, in my case, under 30. But you've got to start thinking about the path you want to take. And you'll identify how to get the right focus, I think. You have to ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be? What is the type of person I'd like to be like? What type of people do I want to work alongside? And what do those people stand for? And if you ever got to be a leader in any field, what type of leader would you like to be? But a simple core message, and perhaps the most important core message, is to be the very best you can be. And I can tell you, over those 35 years, I've worked very, very hard to be the very best I can be. And I think the most important thing is to never look back in your life. Don't ever get to 46 and say, I wish I would have done something with my life. I wish I would have done that. I wish I would have done this. Because you have to take chances in life, I think. You have to push yourself. You have to remember that it's hard work that turns dreams into reality. Because before you're successful, certainly in my experience, you get temporary defeat. Sometimes you get total failure. And it's what you do at that moment, how you confront that, how you pick yourself up. And I often think that perhaps some of the most important qualities to have in life is the ability to find your backbone, grit your teeth, and put one foot in front of the other and keep going. And in my experience, the biggest barrier to following your dreams is the lack of self-confidence. And when you hit a wall and when things are never working out the way you wanted, I think you always have to remember to follow your gut instinct. Because your gut instinct is your inner feeling that reflects your core values, that puts you on the right path. And I can tell you that when I have followed my gut instinct, I've done well, and it's only when I've ignored it that I've gone wrong. So over the past 35 years, I've been trying to create the company, or the type of company, that I wanted to work for when I was 18. One that would teach me, one that would encourage me, guide me, that would share my values, promote my dreams, and make me feel like I was part of a great team. And I wanted to create a culture with a purpose and a passion, with respect and equal opportunity for all. And I wanted to have a company that would communicate, and that would also be an important part of its community. And I think this year we've achieved a lot of those things. Our business is probably worth over £500 million. It's profitable, and we're moving to an Olympic stadium next year. So the last 30 years, I will say to you, have taught me that opportunities always come if you're willing to work, if you're willing to have a dream and you're prepared to fight to make it a reality. And I tell you, it takes real courage to grow up to be the person you really are. So, to all the boys and girls, you have to take all the opportunities that come your way, and remember to stay curious. Because there is a saying that you only live once. But if you live it the right way, once is enough. So I guess I finally want to say, Frederick, to you and all your friends, that you have to remember there's 3 C's in life: choice, chance, and change. You must make a choice to take a chance, or your life will never change for the better. So, good luck to all of you. I have been thoroughly entertained. I look forward to a thoroughly good drink with you all. And I'm so pleased to hear your sporting success. It's such a wonderful ability to have a rounded life, and sport is a big part of that. My son is a big rugby player, so I wish you well, and I hope you win your award. Thank you very much.